Hello, and welcome to my reselling channel, Flippin Hippos. I'm Star, and today I'm going to show you how I list. I'm going to share my screen and let you see me in action and how I actually list. Now, I do use List Perfectly to list, so it's a little bit, I think the process is very smooth, very quick, very fast. I think that I am able to be a lot more productive and get a lot more done. So I'm going to let you watch. We're going to go into my catalog and I'm going to show you what my listings look like after I've already photographed them. If you want to see the List Perfectly process of the photographing and running it through the AI, let me know in the comments. I'll be more than happy to record myself doing that on my phone when I get back from vacation. But I take all the photos in the List Perfectly catalog on my phone, and then I run them through the AI. So I sit over there, phone, take pictures, run it through the AI, and then let me share my screen with you. When I come over to my computer, this is what's waiting for me. So I've already ran it through the AI. Most of the work is already done for me. Most of you know I don't comp a lot of my items. That's kind of one of those do as I say and not as I do things. If you list the same items or brands in your volume seller and you list the same stuff over and over and over and over again, you can get away with not comping. And I do have like a list of how I price my costume jewelry. I did a lot of research on how I price it, and I spoke to a lot of reseller friends who sell costume jewelry. This was like 2 years ago, and I made my pricing chart. But if you're new to reselling or you're listing something that's new to you or something you're not familiar with, you should be comping. And if you need help learning how to comp or seeing how to do it properly, that's another thing you can let me know in the comments. I'm happy to show you that. I love making tutorials. It's one of my favorite things to do. So let me know. All right, so back to how I list. I take my photos, batch work. I do like a couple hours of photos, and then I come over here into my List Perfectly catalog, and this is what's waiting for me. So I hit this edit button. The first thing I do is bulk action to remove background. And while that is spinning, I do my catalog only photos. That is a feature that LP has introduced this year. You can select photos and mark them as catalog only. So you see this picture of the weight of the bracelet and the location. I've marked them so that they will always be my List Perfectly catalog to refer back to. But when I actually cross list, those pictures are never going to show up on the other platforms. I don't have to do extra clicks. I don't have to worry about missing them and accidentally leaving them in my listings. Then I rotate anything that needs rotated, and I'll crop anything that needs cropped. And then I will take the title that AI made me and make it my own. So this is a retro, chunky, I'm going to say oval beaded. I don't like stretch right there. I do like fashion costume. Sorry. I do like to say fashion jewelry over costume jewelry. That's just a personal preference. I prefer my title to say fashion rather than costume. So I'm going to put stretch here. I'm going to say, I like saying cherry red for like vintagey retro items. And I might put 50s, 80s fashion jewelry. And there's my title. And this is usually a lot faster because I'm talking while I'm doing it. But I usually go pretty fast. I just check the AI, make sure I like everything it said. It's actually 0.9 ounces. There we go. I don't need the diameter in there twice. I double check over here. I go up and grab my location. I put it here. My weight is already filled in because I use templates. And I usually price these right around 15 plus like 5 shipping. So there you go. It's done. I'll do one more with you. And this time I'm just going to go how I would normally go when I'm not talking and doing a tutorial. And you can see how quick it is. This one's going to be beaded wire. That's a coil bracelet. Crystals. That's like a lot of information. We don't need all that. That is a cross, isn't it? I just noticed that. All right. So that's important. That needs to go up front. Rhinestone cross. I'm going to put stacked up front here. So this wasn't really as fast as normal because I just noticed the cross. These are just fashion jewelry. It's probably for women. There we go. Like that. Sometimes the AI gets a little too wordy for me, so I'll take some of it out so it's more succinct rather than verbose. This is 2436. 2436. All right, let's do one more. And then I'm going to show you me cross posting once they're built. Handmade's important to leave in there because I want to put it on Etsy then. I'm going to say funky dash. There we go. Make sure the weight's correct. $24.7. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I cross list. I usually cross list 10 at a time unless I'm doing Etsy. I only do 5 a day because I don't want to run out. You're limited on what you can list there. So the handmade one's going to be able to go on Etsy. So I'm going to show you. Normally I would do 10 at a time, and I would do all eBay, all Poshmark, all Mercari. Like I would do one platform at a time. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to show you all the platforms that I'm on. And we'll get them all listed there. But normally it would be like a batch work, like a batch of 10 just on one platform at a time. But we're going to do all of them so you can see every single platform and how I would cross list. So Depop and put women's jewelry. What is eBay doing? Why are you being weird, eBay? This never happens. I just kind of like to go down the row and make sure everybody's loading in and doing what they're supposed to do. It did not load in my vintage. There we go. All right, so Depop is pretty easy to list on. They have their jewelry spelled weird, don't they? I'm going to say casual going out, whatever. I do list for like a lot less over here because there's no fees. There, Depop's done. Depop is easy. eBay's being weird because it made me log in, and that is not a list perfectly problem. That is a eBay problem. Sometimes eBay just wonks out and wants you to log in, and then you just have to reload it and not close out your Etsy tab like I just did on accident. Whoops. Now I have 2 vintage. All right. I'm going to show people how I list it. I'm going to totally botch it. Look at that. Mercari's done. That's a Mercari error that you just saw. It has nothing to do with list perfectly. Poshmark. pretty easy. I mean, I think all of the platforms are relatively easy, especially in comparison to eBay. That's the only one that I would say is kind of a turd. This is contemporary jewelry. And we have one. You can see I don't fill in a lot of information on whatnot, and that's just because I price things over here so low. And it's just, I'm forgetting things because I'm trying to talk. I don't worry about too much. We got several vintage going on. What's going on here? This is a bracelet. It's going to go through the I do like that vintage. If it doesn't have a brand, you can type it in and it'll let you choose it down here at the bottom. Condition, it's in very good condition. And over here, I'm going to put it up for $10 too because it's just vintage. No fees. No fees on vintage Depop. Whatnot's fees are kind of low, and so I just do lower prices over there. See, eBay takes a while to load in. It's an eBay issue, not, let me keep refreshing. Let me keep saying that because it is important to let you know that anytime you see something like where you have to sign in or it's being kind of slow, that is an eBay issue. You see there's a lot more to fill in on eBay. eBay is probably the hardest of all the platforms. But still, it's already done. You have literally just watched me list on 7 platforms. You watch me build 3 listings and list perfectly and list on 7 platforms in just a few minutes. This shit that it's doing right now, this is an Etsy thing. I don't know why. Does anybody know why? I've been dealing with this ever since I started listing on Etsy, and I just kind of accepted it to be part of listing on Etsy. But does anybody know why it grays out like that and you have to wait a minute before you can finish listing? And there you have it. Done. Done. That's not the tab I wanted. Done. So you can see how easy it is to list almost perfectly, especially if you're running stuff through the AI lister and then cross-listing it. It really, for me, when they added the AI, it has really made me so much more efficient and so much more productive. It takes me less time to do more work and allow me to grow to 7 platforms. If you haven't tried this perfectly, you can try it for 30% off your first month, and there's no obligations. There's no contract. If you don't like it, you can yeet out of it in a couple of weeks and tell me I was wrong and I suck. But I think you'll like it. Use code flippinhippos to get your discount. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns about anything you saw in this video, how I list, how I use it perfectly, any other tutorials you want to see, let me know down in the comments. I'll be happy to oblige. I love to help people and I love to teach. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. It helps me feed my hungry hippos. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.